Hi, superheroes. I'm Victory Knight coming to you from Purdue University College of Veterinary Medicine. I'll be your host on VetaHumanz Live today. We're following up on our journey of our VetaHuman in training, AMANDACONDA. So thank you so much for being on our show, AMANDACONDA.
Thanks for having me.
Of course. So kind of update us. I know we're kind of getting toward the finish line of finals. So kind of update us. What week are we in and how's it been going?
We just started week, I think like 15 or 16 if we count the Thanksgiving break week. But yeah, we just got off a break. So now we have technically dead week, but we have an exam this week and then we have finals next week. So
okay. So kind of how was your break? Did you get to relax? Did you get to disconnect from everyone and everything?
Yeah, my break was pretty good. I got to we did like a Friendsgiving with like some of my classmates, and then I got to walk some of the canine educators over break, and then I got to go back to my mom's house, which is in St. Louis. So I got to hang out with family and friends. So I was happy about that.
And I'm glad you got a break, kind of everything, getting to see your family and everything. I know you kind of mentioned last time on your podcast that you were leaving to go to Dallas Zoo. So how was that?
It was a really good trip. The event turned out like better than we expected. I want to say there was probably like close to 60 kids who showed up. So that was crazy, but everything went well and I was super happy I got to go and help out. So yeah.
Nice. So what was like the event? Like what did the event entail?
It was a teddy bear hospital. So basically like we had different like stations set up around the zoo where like a kid could brought their like stuffed animal, or we provided one if they didn't have one, and they could like go throughout like physical exam, scrubbing in, getting sanitized and like sterile, and then like gowning and gloving was a station, and then suturing was a station, and then bandaging, and then the last one was like pharmacy where they got to get like their like medication, which was just candy for the animal, and then they got like a little certificate that said honorary veterinarian for the day, so that was really fun. And then there was face painting at the end. So, yeah.
It's so much fun. I'm sure they had a blast. And it's a kind of a good way to start, kind of exposing them as to the vet world. That's so good. And well, I'm glad. I'm kind of talking about, how you mentioned dead week and everything. I know you did make it a goal last month to prepare for your finals. How is that going? Have you kind of avoided cramming at the end?
Yeah, I would say I'm like on the opposite spectrum. Like I literally have no motivation. Like I kind of just want to wing it for finals, but I'm not going to do that. But that's what I'm feeling right now. Like I haven't had that like fire lit under me that's like, you need to study. Cause like I feel like, I don't know if this is definitely good. Like I don't feel the need to like, oh, I need to do so good on these finals, to like get good grades. Cause I feel like I've set myself up throughout the semester to like be in this position. So I haven't really, I'm on the opposite. I don't feel like cramming. I just feel like going through the motions.
So that's good. Making sure you kind of set yourself up for success and just kind of making sure you have like cushion room just if need be, especially with everything kind of coming up at once.
Yeah.
So what kind of has been your biggest challenge and how have you overcome in the past month?
My biggest challenge, I keep saying this, but just like still like going for it, I guess, just like determination. It's definitely like a constant challenge because like I'm always like trying to achieve it and like stay on top of things. And I feel like I've done pretty good at it. But the challenge is like not letting it overtake me because it could be just so easy just to be like, okay, I'm just going to throw the towel in and, whatever. But like, I feel like I haven't done that to an extent to where it's like horrible. So I guess I would say that's like the biggest challenge is just keep the fire going, I guess.
We're almost there. It's 2 more weeks and we get to enjoy our break and kind of restart pretty much. So I'm really glad. So kind of mentioned, I know you said you're not really in that position of, having to stress too much about cramming, but what kind of strategy do you plan to continue using for like to study for the finals coming?
So for the finals, like the only finals that I'm like remotely worried about is physio. And so I plan on going through like my old like physio like PowerPoints that the TAs posted about like key points because most of the final is cumulative. So I'm gonna go over that stuff, and then the new stuff I'm gonna just try to get what I can, but it's cardiophysiology and that stuff is hard, so I'm gonna try my best, but get it. I'm not going to stress out too much. And then like for histology is probably like my second one that I need to study for. Our teacher said that it's just like most of it is cumulative, and like he has these things, like these digital slides that have like key points at the end of them. So I'm just going to go through those. And then for the new material, I've been just going through what I've been doing in the past. And then like behavior, I'm going to do my flashcards again. I'm not really worried about, just because I'm not really worried about it. Then what am I missing? Anatomy. I'll probably just do my Anki's and call it a day. Yeah.
Okay, so from what I hear, you have 5 finals in finals week and then another exam this week. Oh my.
Yeah.
That's good. We're almost there.
We're almost there. We're almost there.
Well, that's good. Well, I'm glad you have a plan, and I think it's going to work out just perfectly how you planned it. Well, I'm glad. So kind of talk about like the past month as well. What can you have enjoyed the most? It could be academically or it could be personal.
Let's see. What have I enjoyed? Probably what's coming to mind? We got to do this one wet lab for dairy, and so that was really fun. Dr. Hubner, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. He was like the doctor that was leading that lab, and he let us like really try any skills. So he taught us how to do a skill, and then he'd be like, "All right, you guys can do it." And so that was really cool that we were able just to like go hands on and go full fledged, because in my past, like if they're teaching us something, like we're probably not going to be able to do that skill till we're like 4th years, like actual vets. But the fact that he was just like, okay, I'm going to do this. And then like, he's like, all right, your turn. We're like, oh my gosh. So that was really fun, because as far as dairy cattle in the past, I've only gotten to like palpate, but at the lab, we got to like draw blood and then practice giving epidurals and then also palpate and do all that other stuff. So that was really cool. So yeah.
Oh, that's really nice. And especially like not only seeing it, but being able to like actually do it. It's definitely like the best way to learn. Well, I'm glad that you had a lot of fun. And was that through like a club?
Yeah, that was through Farm Animal Club. So I'm really glad I joined that club, because they're the most like wet labs I've gone to through that club. So yeah.
Oh, I'm glad you had that experience. And I know that's like an additional experience you can get from, that's going from the clubs. So kind of talk about personal care. How's the sleeping? How have you been staying healthy? Kind of update our audience.
Yep, sleep's great. I go to sleep every night, and it's been better since I don't have to wake up at 6 a.m. to get to school. What else? I'm still meal prepping and doing all that stuff. Still going to the gym. Yeah, it's been pretty good.
Have you tried any new recipes for your meal prepping?
Okay, so I used to, okay, this is a guilty pleasure of mine. I used to buy carne asada tacos from this one place, like literally 2 minutes away from my house, like weekly. And so I would just treat myself to it. But then I was just like, I really need to learn how to make these myself, because like I would save so much money. So I learned how to make them this like past weekend, and I've had them for lunch. And they're not as good as the ones I buy, but they are a close second, and I'm happy with it. So I'm really excited about that, because now I can just have them on demand whenever. So yeah.
Well, that's good. You get to save some money too, and you kind of just practice new skills. I love that. Well, I'm so happy for that. And then I'm kind of one thing you did for yourself since the last
I'm trying to think. Everything's like, it's like scattered in my head. Like I can't even remember what I did like yesterday.
Well, I mean, going home probably was definitely something you did for yourself to kind of disconnect and just kind of enjoy.
I went home and I got to hang out. I got to reconnect with some of my best friends, because they were home for break as well. So I was really excited about that. And I didn't really study over break, to be honest. So maybe that's something I did for myself, because I did what I needed to do. Like we had this paper that was due yesterday, so I worked on it over break. But other than that, I didn't study. I'll probably regret that later, but
not from what I hear. I think you're set. Well, I'm glad you I'm glad you did that for yourself, because it's a well-deserved break, and it's meant to, kind of take a break from school and studying. So kind of, so what is your goal for next month? I know we have the holidays coming and everything, but do you have a specific goal in mind?
I guess so. So I've been working on like what I'm doing during break and like during summer break lately. And for winter break, I got I scored this internship with, I don't know if anyone listening or if you've heard of Critter Pictures, like the show. Well, I think it's on Nat Geo, and it's with these two vets who they graduated from Tuskegee's vet school. And so when I was there for my undergrad, I went there my first 2 years of undergrad. I don't know if I've ever mentioned that on this podcast, but they came and talked to one of our clubs, and like I had watched their show before, like undergrad, and I was like, oh my gosh, like completely starstruck. And so I'm super excited because one of my goals was to like get an internship with them, and I got one. So I'm going to do that for 2 weeks over winter break, and it's in Warner Robins, Georgia. So I'm really excited. So I'm hoping that I just like get to apply what I've learned like this semester to it, because all the other times I've like shadowed at like different vets, they're like not like telling me the bare minimum, but they're always like, well, since you haven't started vet school, or like, I don't know where you are with your schooling. So they would like kind of minimize like what's going on because like I wouldn't understand. But now I feel like I can understand some stuff. So I'm really excited to like apply that knowledge.
Is it like a small practice, mixed, exotic?
So it's like whatever. It's like their whole thing is they want to help anything that can like walk. And so that's basically everything. And so I'm really excited to see like what animals I'll get to like see. So yeah.
That's so exciting. I'm glad. And I know that's probably been on your bucket list. So I'm glad you've accomplished that. Yeah, that's so good. Well, we'll be rooting for you. And then is there anything you're looking for the holidays? Like any specific holiday things you do at home?
I just love Christmas. So I guess I'm excited just to go see the lights, and I always go to the St. Louis Zoo every year to see their lights. So I'm excited to see the lights, and just like, I love Christmas. So anything to do with Christmas, I'm excited about.
Oh, that's so good. Well, I'm glad. Kind of finishing everything off. Do you have anything else you want to add or say anything to the audience that could be words of inspiration?
I don't think so. Not this time. I'm too scatterbrained.
That is A-okay. Well, I'm glad everyone's probably loving listening to all your adventures and kind of what you have planned for the future. So I just want to say thank you so much for being on the show. And if you want to learn more about VetaHumanz superheroes at VetaHumanz.org. If you like this episode, please subscribe, rate, and share with your friends. And remember, use your powers for good.